Right. Okay, cool. So we have 11 energy body. 3 of this belong to the mind. This is the soul and this is your nucleus. So imagine, your nucleus right here and the subtle body is like egg yolks. The one in here, the deep in there, is the soul. And this one is the subtle body. And when you die, the rest of the body stay in other decompose here on earth. But the subtle body, which is right here, and the soul will take you into reincarnation. But if you're at a certain level where you don't have to learn your lesson no more, where you are liberate, you can be up in the 5th ether. There's many different layers of ether. This is called the blue realm. That's where the angel says up there, look down upon us. And they're in their meditative space and they just look down and bless us. So that's where you feel like you liberate. How do you know you liberate? Nothing in this life bother you. Like nothing. I mean, if somebody, did something such conniving or you can't even imaginable, you just like let it give it to God. And I'm saying God here is not a person. It could be an energy. And I love the G represent for generation, O represent for organization, D represent for destruction or delivering. So if you put that as a God, as an energy, then whatever you do will get back to you. So that's why Jesus, he was hiding, but then his student always, what did they do, right? They sold him out and then he died. I think same thing with a lot of people in different religion that happened, right? And then what did Jesus say? Just forgive them. Dear Father, forgive them, right? So he's like, okay, I'm being hanged, but it's okay. They don't know because they're so blind. They're so blocked, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's what it is. That's when you're liberated. And of course, we're not there. That's why we're here. We learn so we can gain our consciousness so then we can teach the other people, right? Because if we don't learn, we keep on reincarnate and relearn our lesson. Okay, so the soul, their virtual is when the soul is bright. Their virtual is humility, compassion, because the soul resides in the heart and under all the rib cage is protecting it. So when the soul is not shine and not radiate, when it's become block or challenge, what do you think it's gonna be?
Like a fear or like an insecurity or resentment or
You can say insecurity, yeah, because you don't know yourself, right? Because yet when you don't know your soul, you lose insecurity because you can't be at the compassion place no more. And yes, resentment, those can be, but your soul, would you agree with me, is your identity?
Say that.
Would you say that?
Yes.
Because everything else is based on your influence and how you grew up, how your parent raised you, how your environmental raised you, how the media, what movie you watch, all of that is hypnotizing you and make you become a certain person, right? So then when you're not connected to soul, then the rest of your body right here, it's reaction and action to what you've been programming to, right? So then when your soul is blocked, would you agree with me, is you lose your self-identity?
Yes.
Okay, so then to have a strong self-identity, what do you need to do?
Know yourself, understand yourself.
And connect to your
soul.
Yeah, because your soul is the one that doesn't have personality. It doesn't have action and reaction. It's your person, it's your human that have all that, because that remember through the cells and the DNA, not just this incarnation, but your ancestors and previous incarnation. Okay, now let's go to the mind. We have three mind. We focused on this last time. So when it's the negative mind, I don't mean it to be at a very negative state, but it could be, yeah? You use both. One is the energetic of it and one is an adjective of it. So in the system, the negative mind mean protective mind. Remember?
Mhm.
So when you have a protective mind, you just watch out for a lot of stuff. You're more like, oh, you cautions a lot. So when the negative mind is in a good space, its strength is that you're able to merge with your soul, because negative mind means number one, and I can tell you this is the numerology of it. The soul is number one. The negative mind is number two. So in binary, 2 and 2, you have to merge with 1, right? Like it's like the binary, when people, I was at the wedding this weekend. So when the priest say, when you marry another person, 1 plus 1 doesn't become 2. In marriage, 1 plus 1 is 1. So same thing with the negative mind. It's you and your soul together is 1. So when the negative mind is healthy, you're able to merge your soul. You're able to become selflessness, help others. So when it's blocked and challenged, what
When
do you
it's
think
negative,
of the negative mind?
you become selfless.
No, remember I have
Oh.
the sign right here?
Oh, okay.
When the negative mind work for you, its strength is that you have the ability to know yourself and merge with the soul.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have that feeling of yearning, of merging someone or something, but you don't know why, because that's when your mind was trying to tell you there's a soul inside of you, so trying to merge with it. And then when you merge with your soul, then you're able to become more selflessness. You're able to become more sacrifice, right? Otherwise, you can't, huh? So then when your negative mind is being blocked or challenged, what you think it's gonna be?
I'm gonna shut down,
Uh-huh,
not want to help,
uh-huh.
Selfish.
What else?
not want to merge with the soul, want to separate.
Right, you shut down, but then shut down can be a lot of all of this. I'm gonna save that for later.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good. Yeah, you and then what else? And when you're not, what happened when you're not merging with your soul?
You're stagnant. You're probably not
Right.
even neutral. You're probably unhappy.
What happened to old people when they live alone when their mates die?
Right. They get lonely.
There you go. Because when you're not with your soul, you get lonely.
Mhm.
And what happened when people are lonely? They do funny thing, right? How do you spell that? I misspelled.
Lonely.
Right, loneliness, right? And they get into the unhealthy attachment to whatever, I would say unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
Because there's good attachment and there's unhealthy attachment. They get to attachment to weird things like addiction, to alcohol, to drugs, whatever that can numb them and where they don't have to go into like figure it out themselves, right? So the positive mind here is not necessarily positive, but you can see it that way. It depends on how it's used. When the positive mind is strength, you have more sense of caring for others, and you have more sense of equality. Like what's his name, Luther King, right? He was a good speaker about equality, or so you have a positive mind. So what happened when it's blocked and negative?
Selfish.
Yeah.
You can do that one easy. Oh, self-centered.
You're not so selfish. Come on.
Self-centered,
Uh-huh.
right?
Go ahead. Yeah. Self-centered.
The opposite.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, for sure.
And then what else?
Self-absorbed. Self-absorbed.
Self-centered,
Selfish.
self-absorbed,
Self-absorbed.
and self-stressed, right?
Really?
Yeah. You don't see that?
Mm-mm.
Like some people, they're just like self-stressed themselves.
I never even heard of that term before. That's
Oh.
interesting.
Do that. Trust me, I've seen it before. Like the stress is about this much. They keep worrying, they keep ruminate their thought, and then it become this much. And then if they keep ruminating, it become that much, and eventually it take over their body.
No, I've seen it, but
Yeah.
the way you labeled it, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Self-stress.
So you were saying self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oftentimes, of course, self-absorbed. Eventually, you will lead yourself to somewhere. You stress yourself, right? And all of that telling me what? Attachment.
Addiction.
Addiction. Yeah? Because you're addiction to your own thoughts. You're addicted to your own behavior. You're addicted to your own habits. And then neutral. So the neutral mind is the yogic mind, and this is the mind that we like to be at most of the time. Because the positive charge and the negative charge always come, and that's where our reaction is. So then, when the neutral mind is strengthened, we're able to be balanced. We're able to make the decisions, and we are intuitive. But even the neutral mind, which is the greatest mind, this is the yogic mind, they still have our negative aspects. So when it's blocked or challenged, what do you think has happened?
Indecisive.
Perfect.
Rumination of thoughts.
Looping.
Undecisive. Sometimes
Indecisive.
yeah. Rumination of thought, I would say for the positive on the challenge aspect. Because they see both sides, so this is where the Libra come in. They see both sides, but then they just so neutral that they don't know how to make decision.
Mm.
So that's the indecisive coming in. And they're not able to reflect either because they see both sides and they're not able to reflect in a healthy way.
Yes, I'm in neutral.
Yeah. So neutral is good, but there is like a yin yang, as we mentioned before. Always, even the good thing can come in with the negative aspect. So physical aspect is the only body that's on the physical itself, right? So that is the physical. So when your physical is strong, you're healthy. The strength is you're able to do self-sacrifice, right? But when your physical is weak, like you have an injury, what can you do?
You gotta stay home and nurture yourself.
Yeah, but then this is when you have conflicts
Mm-hmm.
and you block in your psyche. You stay in one place after a year of staying in one place, can't work, can't do anything, then what do you feel?
Just stagnant, down, and despair.
Depressed.
Depressed, boredom, right? And then when you're bored, and then what else? After a while, you get what?
Yeah.
You get unmotivated. And that's why this is where chronic pain comes in. Chronic pain is people are so debilitated. After a while, they get locked into their other mind. And then they get unmotivated. And then that's where sickness coming even further, right? Because I have a case where this woman is amazing. Like I'm just like amazed how she's so radiant still. She was hit by a truck. Both of her legs are amputated. She's burned all her body, and her kids suicide. And she come in and live her life, driving convertible, dressing beautiful, and just live her life. You know, because she doesn't get any of these phaser. Although she probably go through it sometime, but she get help. But that's where you want, because that's life testing you. Everything happened to you is a test to see how strong you are or how weak you are. That's it. Alkaline. Remember the
What if you
artwork?
purposely fell off?
What happened?
What if you purposely fail a test? You know, it's a test and you purposely want to fail it.
Oh, then you have to talk to yourself.
You gotta talk to your psychologist and meditate. Yeah.
Yeah. Or psychiatrist. Because I've seen a lot of those, and
Yeah.
those are the ones I'm like, okay, just go see your psychiatrist.
Nico's
I'm out of your peripheral right now. So arcline, auric, chronic, and radiant, these are different energy body, right? This is more like etheric body. Okay, so arcline is from earlobe to earlobe. So you see, like as I mentioned, When you look at those angels pictures, the same picture you see, they always have an aura around them, and it looks often bright, right? So when the aura is bright, it's hard for external external influence coming at you. You're just stay true to your own self. So when it's strengthened, you speak from the truth, you know the truth, and then from the truth, you know where the justice is, right? Because we have a pretty not healthy system sometimes where we don't know what happened to our justice, right? Because everybody just, I don't know what they're doing. So then when that arc line is blocked and challenged, what do you think is opposite from justice and truth?
Lawlessness?
Huh?
Lawlessness?
Yeah, you can say that. Even they're
Or
lawful,
yourself.
they still can be,
Untruthful.
yeah,
Yeah.
truthful. But then it's not like they
Right.
fear,
Not
but
authentic almost.
more like not authentic. It's not like they don't want to be untruthful. They want to, but how you say it again? Not
Maybe inauthentic or not authentic.
Yeah.
Not authentic, whatever.
authentic. There you go.
Sounds
So
good.
so yeah, 'cause it's not like they don't want to be truthful because that's all they know. Then what do you do, right? And because you're not truthful, you're inauthentic, then you become inconsistent.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. So then now there's an auric line. The auric line is electromagnetic.
Have you ever felt your arc line like when you're speaking truth? Like when you know something that you're speaking is truth. Do you ever like feel it and vibrate it in your head? Do you ever feel it?
I feel it more when my arc line is lower.
But not when you're actually like, say you're speaking truth.
Yes.
Like we're doing exactly what you're saying, arc line. Like justice, truth,
Yeah.
passionate.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like it, that energy up here?
I don't notice it because maybe I don't put too much thoughts into it.
Okay.
But you do know your whole cell are like working with you to make a point. But you have to be careful. But when you do so much true, but the whole room is what all they know is what all they know, and how you're gonna speak truth to a stone.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah, interesting.
so you have to keep it
Yes,
neutral
of
in that
course,
sense.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Electromagnetic.
I speak truth to a stone.
So then we have, this is really great. I'll show you a photo of me with an aura later, but this machine didn't catch really well. But anyway, so we have an aura up to 9 feet, and it have different color all the time. And then sometimes if you say if you speak lies, then it's dashed like a little red dash in the auric field. Or if you did something or watch a crazy suicidal movie last night, it's also dashed different color. It's like a frequency sense, right? So sometimes auric field have that. And that's when you were saying, if you walk in the room, there's the other person right there, immediately you feel kind of weird and you don't know why, you know, because that aura, when it hits you, you're like, and then if you're not aware of your own aura and energy, then you think it's you, but it's actually not you. Right? So then it's nice to be aware how you're feeling, how your state of being. And then when you walk into certain room and walk into meet certain thing, you're like, oh, why am I feeling like this? And that's where you have to be kind of aware. So
What's a good color or aura?
bright white, golden, white, blue, white, anything that's light, yeah. Kindness. So when your aura is, you know, that's why you see, I don't know if you've ever seen a lot of like spiritual teachers or like guru or Rinpoche, or even you just walk into them and you're just like, oh, I feel good talking to you the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
So that's their aura is magnifying.
That's what I
And they're
look for.
kind and they uplift because they're trying to uplift you, right? Without even say anything. Like you just feel good. You just, sometimes if you go into a perfect, like a really good spiritual teacher, let's say a Rinpoche, a Buddhist monk, you come in and you walked out, you feel like something is shifted inside you, but in a good way. That's how their auric field is lifting you.
Mhm.
Okay. But then a lot of people also have trimmer, fragmented hole and space in the auric field, and it's blocked and it's challenged. What do you think it's gonna be?
So also kindness.
Not about kindness. They're gonna be confused.
Yeah, less inspirational, needing more help than giving help.
Yeah, exactly. They suck on people. They're like vampire, right?
Mhm.
They suck on your energy and they become disorganized. They don't know who they are. They just like,
Leeches.
yeah, or whatsoever. I mean, those are the extreme. Those are on the extreme side. But on the regular, they just get confused. They're like, I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see this clearly. That's because they're not strong enough in building themselves. So the pranic is the air, the breathing, right? So when you're breathing, your air, your oxygen is strong in your body, you're able to detoxify, right? That's why I asked you guys to do 8 minutes of breath fire a day if you want to detox your body. So what happens when you detox your body? You become purified, right? And then when you purify and you just pure in yourself, then your fearlessness. That's the strength of your pranic. That's why you always, no matter what, when you feel insecure, when you feel confused, anything, come back to your breath. They always say that, right? So then when it's block and challenge, what happens? When you don't have enough pranic in your body,
You start becoming scared and
Yeah.
you've got mixed emotions.
yeah,
And you need to settle those.
yeah, because you don't know where they're coming from because you're
Unsettled.
unsettled, exactly. Because you don't know where it's come from because you're too weak to even identify anything, yeah? And that's come back to the nervous system. If your breathing skills is weak and you don't have enough pranic in your body, then when you get into a situation, your nervous system gonna scatter. And then when it scatters, you cannot solve situations, yeah? And the subtle body, which I explained to you earlier, only the soul energy body and the subtle body is like a nucleus with an energy around it, and it move above the earth. The rest of the body, it will gravitate towards the earth and it will decompose. So then the subtle body is where you carry, the soul doesn't carry memory, right? The soul is pure, doesn't have identity, doesn't have personality. But now you have that nucleus, around the nucleus, the aura around the nucleus, that's the subtle body. And if you're strong in your subtle body, because you have so many memory from many incarnations that you have experienced, then that gives you intuition to be tolerant to what happened and to be calm. So then when inside the body it's blocked or challenged, what do you think is going to happen?
If your subtle body is blocked or challenged,
Mm-hmm.
like physically, like what's gonna happen, or soulfully?
It's energy body, remember?
Energy body.
You're gonna be anxious,
Sure.
judgmental, critical.
Yeah. Because your intuition is not there. So when intuition is not there, what happened? You lack of judgment. Right? You can't judge. Sometimes people say don't judge, but actually you do need judgment, especially in situation like if you get a car gonna come, if you
Thank
don't
you.
judge, if it's
Oh
you
my
need some
God! Thank you
judgment.
so much.
Yeah, you do need judgment.
I
But
say
don't
perception. I say
but-
perception.
yeah, but don't be judgmental. It's a different, right?
It is.
We need judgment.
This is really where like mindfulness, concentration, insight come into play, I think.
Yeah.
In the subtle, I would assume.
Very subtle. Everything happened very subtle.
Yeah, I think if you don't have like a level of whatever you
Of
call it,
judgment?
spirituality or religion or whatever you call it,
Yeah.
it should be a calmness, and that's what I like. If I don't see that calmness in you, then something to me you're not.
It's the nervous
Sketchy.
system.
Yeah, you should exude that.
Well,
That's what I gravitate to.
no, that's true. Calmness is one big thing because you have certain kind of control, self-control. But when people are
I can see
injured,
that in people.
yeah, some people cannot because they're so injured and it's messed up the nervous system. Or if they're on painkiller and a lot of psyche medication and a bunch of if you have a list of medication you have to take every day for multiple of years, it fries your nervous system no matter how much you try. And it's not even this person's fault. They already try and they already mess, or even fentanyl. Like look at the street with fentanyl, yeah. So sometimes it's really difficult. Like what do you, this is their life, so radiant. So this is where I was saying, with a lot of, you just see somebody, they're just exuberant, they're just happy, you know, whatever happened to them, they're just like, whatever. So that's radiant. I know he's like smiling. That's me.
Hey, you guys are figuring out that she's figuring out that you don't always have to be happy to smile though.
You don't. What is your energy? Yeah, exactly. So then, when you're in your radiant, you're royals and courage. You're courageous, and that's your strength. So when the radiant is dim, like you don't have that lights in you, what do you see?
Very docile, very probably meek.
Negativity? Yeah. What out?
So if you don't have radiant in your auric field, it's very difficult
A vampire.
to attract prosperity and happiness and wellness or whatever come to you.
What did you write down there?
Prosperity. Jeopardize. I know my handwriting is
what
great.
is that again?
Jeopardize for happiness and prosperity and wellness and all of that. Like you jeopardizing yourself because you don't have the energy, the radiant to attract, right? People say whatever your energy is, that's what you attract. So does that make sense?
Totally.
Sound good? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job.
Damn.
Oh, 10 to you.